No excuses. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but it carries a weight that most people underestimate. Every day, people wake up with dreams, goals, and intentions. Yet by the end of the day, many of those intentions remain untouched. Because of lack of ability, but because of excuses. Excuses are clever. They disguise themselves as logic, comfort, or even self-care. I'm too tired, I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. These phrases feel harmless in the moment. But over time, they build a wall between you and your potential. The truth is, excuses are the easiest way to stay exactly where you are. They don't demand effort, they don't challenge you, and they don't force you to grow. But that comfort comes at a cost. The cost of missed opportunities, unrealized dreams, and a life that could have been so much more. The idea of no excuses isn't about being perfect or pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about taking responsibility. It's about recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can control how you respond. When you adopt a no excuses mindset, you stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop blaming circumstances, people, or timing. Instead, you act, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Because discipline, not motivation, is what drives real change. Motivation fades, but commitment stays. And when you commit to having no excuses, you begin to see obstacles differently, as reasons to stop, but as challenges to overcome. The reality is, everyone has obstacles. Everyone faces setbacks, struggles, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to one thing: how they handle those moments. Do they make excuses, or do they find solutions? When something goes wrong, it's easy to point fingers or justify inaction. It's much harder to look in the mirror and ask, what can I do better? But that question is where growth begins. A no excuses mindset forces you to take ownership of your life. It removes the option of blaming others and replaces it with accountability. And accountability is powerful because it puts you back in control. Instead of feeling stuck or helpless, you become proactive. You start asking better questions. How can I improve? What's the next step? What can I do right now? These questions shift your focus from problems to progress. And progress, no matter how small, builds momentum. It's not about making huge leaps every day. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable. Because success isn't built in moments of ease. It's built in moments of resistance. It's built when you choose to act, despite your doubts, your fears, and your excuses. And over time, those small choices compound into something significant. Something life-changing. One of the biggest misconceptions about a no excuses mindset is that it requires you to ignore your limits or deny your struggles. That's not true. It's not about pretending things are easy. It's about refusing to let difficulty become a stopping point. You can acknowledge that something is hard and still choose to push forward. You can feel tired and still take one more step. You can fail and still try again. No excuses doesn't mean no challenges. It means no surrender. It means understanding that setbacks are part of the process, not the end of it. Every successful person you admire has faced failure, rejection, and doubt. The difference is, they didn't let those experiences define them. They used them as fuel. They learned, adapted, and kept going. And that's what you have to do. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when you stretch yourself beyond what feels easy or familiar. It happens when you choose discipline over convenience, action over hesitation, and persistence over quitting. The moment you remove excuses, you remove your biggest limitation yourself, and that's when real transformation begins. That's when you start to realize that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. At the end of the day, the choice is always yours. You can continue to make excuses, to delay, to settle for less than you're capable of, or You can decide that enough is enough. You can decide that your goals matter more than your comfort, that your future is worth the effort, that your potential deserves a chance to be realized. A no excuses mindset doesn't guarantee instant success, but it guarantees progress. And progress is what leads to success. It's what builds confidence, resilience, and strength. So the next time you catch yourself making an excuse, pause and challenge it. Ask yourself if it's truly a limitation or just a habit. And then choose differently. Choose action. Choose effort. Choose growth. Because every time you refuse to make an excuse, you take one step closer to the life you want. And those steps add up. They create momentum. They build character. And they shape your future. No excuses isn't just a phrase, it's a decision. A decision to take control, to stay committed, and to keep moving forward, no matter what. And once you make that decision, everything changes.